Jack Kerouac was born in 1922 in Lowell, Massachusetts, and he died of an internal hemorrhage caused by alcohol abuse, aged 47. He's chiefly remembered nowadays as the author of On the Road, a semi-autobiographical account of a series of car trips he and his friends took across America in the late 1940s, and which became the defining text of the Beat Generation. It was written in 1951, but not published for another 6 years. Deservedly, it became an instant classic. 15 years later, Kerouac wrote his penultimate novel, Satori in Paris, describing a visit he made to France a year earlier in 1965. According to Tom Clark, one of Kerouac's many biographers, the trip itself was an alcoholic disaster, and the novel is nothing more than a disturbing, unintentional confession of how badly Jack had deteriorated. Another biographer, Steve Turner, says the trip wouldn't have merited a page in his earlier novels. So how did Kerouac get from writing something as inspirational as On the Road to something as disappointing as Satori in Paris within just 15 years? The conventional answer is, of course, alcohol. He'd started off as a heavy drinker, and by 1966 he was on a well-advanced trajectory of doom. I think that's only part of the answer. The other part is what he called his spontaneous prose, his conviction that a writer's first draft is always their best. According to Joyce Johnson, a fellow writer with whom he had a long relationship, he asked me if I rewrote a lot and said you should never revise, never change anything, not even a word. On the Road was famously written in a 3-week creative surge fueled by alcohol and drugs. When he first presented it to a publisher, he insisted there would be no editing, adding, "This manuscript has been dictated by the Holy Ghost." Kerouac really learned his craft in the process of producing his 1950 novel, The Town and the City, which took 3 years and didn't fly out of the typewriter fully formed, like everything he subsequently produced. It's a great novel, but it's been denied the recognition it deserves, perhaps because it doesn't fit with the rest of the Kerouac mythos. For a while afterwards, he could pen first drafts that worked, but I think he was living off the skill set that he developed between 1946 and 1949, and because he wasn't willing to revisit the workshop, so to speak, his ability to produce publishable first drafts slowly declined, which of course may have contributed to his increasing dependence on alcohol. Anyway, it's just a theory.